Alright, so just real quickly, we just finished a podcast on the Joe Rogan Experience 1513. I'm just getting prepared to do my very first episode of the Joe Rogan Companion, and where I'm going to explain Andrew Huberman and what we went through. But what I'd like to share is something that was possibly mentioned, or I may have coined it, but it doesn't matter. It's something that's important that everyone should learn. It's called the Goggins Effect. Now, what is this? David Goggins, he was a young lad at one time. He was black, subject to being fat, and a single parent. And he still achieved. Became a ranger and a Navy SEAL, and he had a hole in his heart, maybe even two holes in his heart, and he still ran 200-mile marathons. What is this? Goggins Effect is, and he coined it in his book. I recommend you actually read it. He talks about can't hurt me and the 60%. So we usually give up. Even high functioning individuals give up at 60% of their capacity. And I've seen this myself. Say you're carrying home groceries. As simple as that. When you start to think, oh no, my hands can't hold it any longer, trust me, you can. The example used in the podcast is humor used in, say, a military situation, right? It tends to pick up morale, even if nothing's changed, right? So the Goggins Effect is kind of like recently when we were talking about the extraordinary powers in Buddhism or in yoga. We're talking about awareness. So this is the exact same thing here. So the Goggins Effect is talking about how we're not fully aware, that our ego tries to derail us at every moment, telling us that nope, you can't do that, you can't go that far, you can't go further. So Goggins says that always assume at 60%, and same as the podcast, we're talking about being uncomfortable. So the two combined is the Goggins Effect, the idea that we can become greater than the sum of our parts. We arguably are, as I've said, the Nietzsche Übermensch. He talks about that we would be gods if it were not for our own desires, or in this case, our ego, which keeps us down. And this is what we're talking about here, right? The Goggins Effect is going out and achieving not just more than what anyone would expect you to be able to do, but more importantly, achieving more than you ever thought that you were capable of achieving. That's the Goggins Effect. When you think you've reached your limit, you're barely begun. And that's the truth of the teachings in yoga, in Buddhism, and then of modern science when he's talking about always challenging yourself to be like a child, always learning, always being flexible, plasticity, right? Adaptable, right? Adapt and overcome, as the military call. Why? Because every situation that they encounter is arguably a brand new situation, right? So you don't have a set of rules or guidelines to follow, and that's life. That's what we're talking about here. No matter what you're doing, whether you're trying to run 200 miles and your body's telling you, no way, bruv, or you simply want to live a better life, be more honest, be more compassionate, be more understanding, it is all within us. That power, that an individual that achieves something extraordinary, that power that they tap into is the mind. It's as simple as that.